channel. This is Venkatesh from SmartDevops. So this is the continuation of that last Kubernetes breaking cluster series. As we have already covered the basics about the Kubernetes and the second part is about the configuration maps and secrets. And today we are going to talk about the volumes in Kubernetes, how the volumes plays a role in Kubernetes. So let's jump into it and discuss about this. And before going to this, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel to provide this type of content in future. So coming into the volumes into the Kubernetes, just imagine a scenario that you have a pod which is running and somehow when you want to delete that pod or maybe due to the reason pod got deleted, what happened to your the pod data, right? So if you imagine like that, the data will be completely lost and how you can recover the data. So that's where the volumes came into the picture. Just let, and here we have different types of volumes and the basic important in volumes in Kubernetes is like persistence volume and persistent volume claim. So persistent volume is like a, for example, if you have a storage in your computer and one of the space will accumulate for your documents or pictures, something like that. So same process here also. Kubernetes volumes will provide a piece of storage to your cluster and which will be like a it will be dynamically provisioned depends upon your requirements. For example, if you have allocated for 1 GB for your persistent volume, yes, that 1 GB will be allocated for your pod and it will be utilized. So even when the pod got deleted, the path which you have provided that will be used and the data will be stored in that respective path. So that is about the persistence volume. Persistent volume claim is, as I said, like what is the specific amount of storage you have to provide to your the persistent volume. So that is what a real analogy about this one is like think persistent volume as a storage locker and the key is PVC. In short form, persistent volume claim is called it as PVC. That is your key that you will request with your key and you will get the storage from it. That is about the persistent volumes. So the scenario which I will explain you of this one, like when you have an WordPress application that uses a MySQL database and at the same time the WordPress stores uploads files and everything into your the respective path which you have created. Okay, and these are the steps I'm going to create it now and I will show you how the data is getting shared for this application. And before jumping into it, this is the template of a persistent volume and PVC, persistent volume claim. If you notice it clearly, there is a name of the persistent volume and what is the storage and what is the access mode, like read write or read write only or once. Different types of access modes were there. And what is the path? As I said, like where your data has to be stored, pod data has to be stored. And here the claim, like how much amount of storage you are going to claim from it, and that is what you are declaring it here. And at the same time, here this is my deployment manifest, and here I am giving the path. This path where lib mysql path should be stored in the host path called /mnt/data. It's not like you have to provide as is, you can provide any path you want to store your data. This is a sample template of it. Now let me take you to the a demo. So now I'm deleting all the things which is existing for it and I'm going to create it. As I said, like it's nothing but I have different types of persistent volumes and PVCs, and it is a MySQL deployment and at the same time WordPress deployment and respect to service for it. Now I'm going to create those. So everything got created. Now I will show you how the PV and PVCs are available now. So as I said, like MySQL PV, this is a persistent volume and this is a persistent volume claim. So this got bounded to the respective volume name is MySQL PV. Okay. So and it is having a read write once and default is MySQL PVC and MySQL WordPress PVC. So and it got stored and allocated. Okay. When it is not created, so for example, when you don't have persistent volume, this status will be like a it's not bounded. And at the same time, if you see all the application is started running. And now, as I mentioned, the storage is under /mnt data. Now you can see date, all the data is stored here. So the date time is Jan 13, 326. So data is stored here. Even now I'm going to delete the pod. If I delete the pod, you can see the data still exists. Okay. So the data is not lost. So whatever the new pod is coming into this place, which will utilize this path. Make sense? So this is the beauty of the PV and PVC. Okay. Now next thing is there are few more concepts available for the volumes. That is empty direct is mainly used for like it's a default one. When you run your pod, when you delete the pod, the data will be completely lost. Completely vice versa for the persistent volume. Okay. And the host path is again it will be the same thing, but you can declare your path, and when the pod is running, that will be there. And once the pod got deleted, this path also will be gone. As persistent volume, as I said, like it's a persistent, the data will be there. Okay, and it will be depend upon your pods. Okay. Next is config map secrets. As I discussed in the previous video, secrets and config maps will be secure and it will be stored in your respective cluster. And once your pod is deleted, the config maps will be available and you can make use of those config map details for your new pods also. NFS is when you are bonding with any like a drivers or something like that, you can connect to this NFS storage and you can use that. Same thing like a host path. When it comes into the final one, cloud storage volumes, it's completely used for the AWS Azure like that. When you have AWS storage and you want to separate the directories, so you can make use of this one. It will be act like same as a persistent volume only. For more information about this volumes in Kubernetes, there is an official document from the Kubernetes also. You can check out that one. And this is about this volumes in Kubernetes. Please follow my previous three things also and update me. I mean, tell us like if you have any new things coming, I mean, required from the Kubernetes perspective. And also, it will give up booster for me to create new more content for Kubernetes. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for supporting. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.